Hello, hello. I have a exercise that is more of an invitation for you all.
But it is.
That's weird. My phone just started playing. I also have a puppy on my lap, but I had to get this message to you. Um, a very hot puppy. That's why I have, if you can hear the fan in the background. Um, so the exercise and the invitation is, what if you could live in a way where you didn't take any actions or make any decisions or do anything in the physical external world from a place of lack? What if everything you did came from an overflowing of truth and knowing and decisiveness and abundance? I'll give you a couple examples how this kind of can show up for us, where we feel like I have to go to work today because if I don't, what is it? Because if I don't, I might get fired, or I might hurt somebody, or I might let someone down, or I might do a bad, I might lose money. Okay. Another example, I have to work out. I have to go do some exercise because I just don't feel good about myself. My body, I don't feel good. So I have to do it. Just got to get myself to do it. Right. I'm invited out to go do something and hang out with somebody, but I don't really want to hang out with this person, but the person I really want to hang out with hasn't invited me out or isn't available. See the pattern here? It's just coming from a place of lack, coming from a place of scarcity. So there's nothing wrong with any of those things, right? There's nothing wrong with living that way and taking actions from that place. Many of us have done it and many of us will continue to do it. But the invitation that my guides are wanting me to share with you or to ask you is, what if you started noticing that, noticing when you did that, noticing when you did things from that place and how different that might feel versus what would it be like for any of those examples? Let's say you know that you want to work out because it's something that makes you feel good. Let's say you actually love your job and you love the feeling of creating abundance and supporting others if you work in a team environment, and you love all those things, but you just can't connect to it in that moment. What if you were able to notice the energy that you were in and waited until you could cultivate a sense of excitement, abundance, alignment to do that thing? Now, you won't always be able to get there because of the constraints of kind of the matrix world, the things that we have to do in order to, meet other people's needs and expectations. So maybe you won't get into a place of excitement to go to work that day. Maybe you won't be able to cultivate that within yourself. But the simple practice of just noticing when you make choices from lack, when you do things from lack versus when you don't, will start to help you embody what you desire more, because you'll just be present. You'll just be present to what is. And you'll start to notice, like, using the experience of, working out or something. Well, if what you're doing to get physically fit because you have a feeling of lack or insecurity, if you notice that that doesn't ever provide that alignment or that joy, you might start to notice that you're never going to have that desired outcome. You're never going to get the thing that you want because you're forcing yourself, you're willing yourself to do something that's actually out of alignment. Now, if you took that energy of being curious about what could get you excited to move your body, and you started to apply that and get curious doing this exercise, saying yes to this invitation to kind of look at it, you might find a whole new form of exercise that feels really good, feels in a lot of alignment and is joyful. And you might find that desired result in the physical, whether it's like six pack or whatever it is, you might find it comes a lot easier and you're not even paying attention to if or when it comes, it just kind of arrives, right? And I know I've used very mundane examples, but these examples and these ways how this will show up for each and every one of you is going to be just as unique and specific as each and every one of you's lives is. We are so multifaceted and we are so individual. in our lives and our life experiences, that there's no possible way I could even comprehend or conceptualize all the different myriad of ways and options that this could show up for you. I just tried to use pretty basic ways that maybe we could probably all relate to, right? So if you're feeling a sense of lack and abundance, maybe don't go out there and try to force your way into making money, because you might, especially if you're in like a sales job or something, that energy is going to be on you, that lack energy, right? People are going to feel it. They may not know it. They may not know that they feel it. They may, they may not be conscious to any of it, but they're going to feel it. And so that desired result and outcome, maybe you needed to make this sale, maybe it won't come through because you just weren't able to connect to this feeling of abundance, right? So it's like, wait to have that conversation until you are connected to this feeling of truth and abundance and knowing, right? So the invitation is just to kind of start being aware of these dynamics and notice. I'm not asking anybody to like police yourself or judge yourself when you're able to get it right, when you're getting it wrong, but just to notice it, And again, if in your life you have a life set up where there's a lot of responsibilities and things that you have where you just kind of have to like suffer through because other people rely on you and you're kind of acquiescing to other people's models, then just be in awareness on the days that you might feel a little bit more excited, more aligned to meet that person's needs or expectations. And then the days that you're not, and see if you can kind of close that gap, right? And then the things that are strictly up to you, that nobody else gets to dictate but you. So for some, this could literally be things like, what are you going to eat, right? Working out, right? How you're going to like set up your room or your house or whatever. I don't know. Again, there's so much availability here for all of you to place your own specific life situations on this, right? So I'm not even going to try and conceptualize any of them. You will start to empower yourself and kind of get that muscle memory almost in your body of what it feels like when you have like your full energy and alignment behind something. And that will hopefully start to close the gap in other parts of your life. And you will start to kind of set that intention and manifest that you want a life that is in a full alignment with you. So if there's something in your life that you just never have that enjoyment and that excitement for, perhaps a job, a relationship, a person, a house, I don't know, something, the type of clothes you're wearing, the type of music you listen to, then maybe it's time for a new fill in the blank, right? Fill in the gap of what that is. Maybe it's time to try something new and get something more in alignment. It's not that that thing that you're leaving behind is bad. It's just that you've outgrown it and you're ready for something else. And paying attention to setting that intention that I only want to do things from a place of abundance and truth versus lack and scarcity and fear, right? That alone, just that concept is going to help shift your reality faster than all of the externalizing and white knuckling that we often get caught up in when it comes to changing our lives and our circumstances and manifestation. Okay, I hope that helps. It's a little quick, just a quick experiment, just a quick invitation for you all. I myself have been noticing it. My guides brought it to me, and now I'm starting to practice it. And it's in very subtle ways for me personally, because I do live a life that's pretty much up to me. But in those, even within those things, I'm trying to notice, oh, am I coming from lack here? Like anything, it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be a physicalized thing. It could be an energy, just paying attention to that. And then if you have the space and availability in your life to wait to do the thing until you have your full body attention behind it, go ahead and do that. Sometimes that's not possible in life because we are communal beings and we work and connect with one another, right? So sometimes we are going to choose to put ourselves aside in order to be there for someone else when our ideal, fully free sovereign option may have been something different, but that's okay, right? It's all about give and take, but something just to experiment with. I'd be interested to hear if anyone has really, really profound, shifts from all this, but either way, if it resonates, take it on, try it out. All right. Lots of love.